What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode number 27 of Touched by an Angel, where we go all around the world. We meet ordinary people, have ordinary conversations that transform their life. So let's see what God does. What's up, young fella? I'm chilling. And just for the record, because I told you all these interviews are unscripted, I couldn't tell you much, but I just met you 30 seconds ago, correct? Absolutely. So we're going to jump right into it. All right. Life is hard for everybody. It's devastating. We headed toward a major recession. They saying it's going to be one of the biggest transfers of wealth we've ever seen. So with all of the stress looming in the world, what are you doing to keep your peace and to stay on your game?
Just staying around family and being consistent throughout what I'm doing and trying to get a better view of what I want and what I'm going to do.
That's a great answer. Staying around family, being more consistent and defined with what you're doing and getting a perspective of what you want to do. Wow, that's a great answer. So it leads me to think you got some great leadership around you somewhere in your life. Who's that person or those people?
My father, my cousin, and my grandmother.
Okay, so do you truly understand that? I'm gonna say this to you and let me know what you think. All of the answers to life problems are in the mirror. What does that mean to you?
Can you say it one more time for me?
All of the answers to life problems are in the mirror. So in other words, all the answers that I need is in the mirror of me looking at me. What does that mean to you?
You are the answer.
You are the answer. And your people's, your dad and the rest of your family, they already putting you onto it. They gave you a foundation of how to move with success. But ultimately, no matter how much support you got, there comes a time in life where we got to draw a line in the sand and show the world who we are. So they're preparing you to develop and understand your path. So eventually you'll be bold enough and in line with your truth enough to show the world who you truly are. So I got another question for you. If I were to ask you on a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being excellent and 1 being not so good, where would you say you are in life to where you need to be at achieving your goals?
I'm a 9.
A 9, okay. A little modesty, but still a lot of confidence. You're a 9, okay, excellent. So let me ask you this. What's in your way from becoming a 10?
Really, I'm trying to get past something, that's all.
I got you. And that's okay. Because guess what? We all got those barriers and those roadblocks that we all got to get past. But let me tell you about those roadblocks and those barriers. It's the only way we can grow. The only way we can grow in life is by being challenged. And this is where most people go wrong. Most people try to avoid the challenge, or they want to run from the hard thing, not realizing that overcoming that challenge or that hard thing will have put them in position to get all of the desires of their heart. So I want to encourage you, young fella, as you move forward in life, and I'm sure your dad and everyone else has told you this, don't avoid the hard thing, because the only way we can grow is by being challenged, right? And all adversity, all challenges, they come with the equal, if not greater blessing. Now, the challenges, they come free and easy because that's God's way, their natural part of life, the challenge, because that's God's way of keeping us from becoming complacent. But in order to get the blessing from that situation, you got to be patient. You got to fight long enough to secure that blessing. Can I tell you what I feel from you? I feel that boundary, that border. I feel like you got all the talent in the world. I feel like if this was sports, you would be like a LeBron James. But for some reason, you're reluctant to go put your abilities on display. There's a blockage there. You've been hurt. You've been disappointed. And guess what? It's okay, because we all have. But what's going to define you is not the cards that you dealt. It's how well you play your hand. Do you find yourself sometimes being reluctant to do what you know you need to do?
A little bit, yeah, but I still get up and do it.
You still get up and do it. That's because you got great support. You got great DNA on the inside of you. And for the rest of your life, though, you're going to have to push yourself. But you know what's going to make it easier? Once you heal. And in order to heal, it's hard. But guess what's harder? Not healing and having those gaps of insecurity for the rest of your life. So in order to heal, this is the process. You got to first forgive the offender before you can accept the offense. So you first got to forgive what happened to you, forgive who did it or who was responsible for it. And that's when you can get the power. God can give you the power to accept what they did. And then the other principle come into place where all adversity come with an equal, if not greater blessing. And then you're going to get to the blessing of why you had to go through what you had to go through. That's the process of what you're going to go through in order to heal. And you're going to be on top of the world, because what I feel from you is not just excellence, but it's top tier leadership. See, I've had these interviews with other people. This is my 27th interview, but I've done a bunch of these before. I'm a top motivator. I want to inspire people. I want to throw people alley-oops so they can get slam dunks in life, right? So it's going to be challenges. Things are going to happen, but you just got to stay the course. You're a top tier leader, which means everybody in the world has been given the gift of leadership with that individual fingerprint. So we at least got to lead ourselves. But you got more juice. You're supposed to lead a group of people. You're supposed to be probably a world leader. It's all over you. It's all over you. But guess what? For whom much is given, much is required. So you're going to have to overcome. You're going to have to fit that bill to the fullest. But you got all of the gifts. I'm not the first person to tell you that, though, right? I know I'm not, because it's too defined in you. And you too sharp, you too thorough with it. So what if I ask you, you got leadership and guidance, you got a dad in your life, other support, this, that. A lot of people don't, though. So what advice would you give someone else that's out there and they got what you got in you? They got leadership, they know they can be great, but they got so many boundaries that's blocking them. They don't have the support. What kind of advice would you give them?
If you miss a son in life, you gotta embrace that. It don't matter if it's a flaw or what. If you miss a son, embrace it, and you gotta just keep going. You can't just let it hold you back.
Keep going. And I know, see, that may be it's easier said than done, and I know it may be a little easier for you because you got support and this and that. But just imagine some people that don't got nobody saying, that's painting a picture for them of how great they could be, or encouraging them, or giving them a word. They don't have anybody, just themselves.
For real, I feel like your own role model. Like, you're your own role model. You're like, you can view somebody else and be like, oh, that's a good person, but for real, you're your own role model. Like, you're your own role model. You gotta do something that you expect yourself to do and do it right.
No, you're a highly intelligent man. Like I said, you're a world leader. But you know what you just basically told me? That all the answers to life problems are in the mirror. Good job, young fella. You super, super intelligent. It's my pleasure and my honor to be here with this interview. And we're going to close you right out, man. We're going to close you right out. I know you said you're still searching for what you want to become and you putting the pieces together, but just give me a bird's eye view of the direction that you headed in.
Well, really, I wanted to be a lawyer. That's what I wanted to be a couple months ago. But now I want to be a technician.
A technician? What kind of technician? Not sure? Guess what? What if I told you can be both? Or what if I told you that it's a way to bridge the gap? Maybe a patent attorney, because that's a combination of engineering and law. See, so what I'm telling you is that the world is at your fingertips, man. You got the whole world at your fingertips, even with the issue that you're dealing with. You were born not only to be great, but you were born to help other people find their greatness and become great, because you got too many gifts, my man. And I thank God for allowing us to be here today to do this interview, because you're putting a light under me. You making me feel better about these interviews and about everything else, because there's something about your spirit that's giving me perspective right here in the moment. And I've never felt that before. So I just want to encourage you, my brother, to keep going, because you're a shining light in this dark, dark world. So last question before I let you go. Do you feel better now after I asked you a couple minutes ago to do this interview? Do you feel better now after this interview than you did before the interview? My man. That's what's up. What'd you say? Put you in a better mood. That's excellent, because as the late Maya Angelou said, people will forget what you said, they'll forget what you did, but they never forget the way you made them feel. So it's a blessing that you in a better mood. So when somebody asks you why you glowing now, why you upright, why you in a better mood, this you tell them. Tell them I just been touched by an angel. My man, listen, I love you, my brother, and more important, I love who you're going to become, because you got greatness all over you, seeping out of your pores. And it's my pleasure to be here doing this interview. But listen, you were not only born to be great, but you also were born to be great. So just like this young fella said, he don't have all the answers, but he got a foundation. He's aligning it all up so he can put himself in position to shoot for his goals in the future. You could do the same thing, because guess what? Everything not perfect and glitz and glams for him. No, he got to overcome adversity. Adversity is something we all got to overcome, but here's the beauty. All adversity come with the equal, if not greater, blessing. The adversity come free and easy, but you got to fight and be patient long enough to secure the blessing. So don't go out, don't leave home without your blessings, my friend. And that's your sword, that's God. But make sure you milk all that adversity to get to the prize, my friend. You be great, more importantly, Be blessed.